If you're that person that is challenged to let go of things, to make a decision to let go, well, that's probably happening in other areas of your life. So if your home is set up in a way that's very intentional and deliberate in how it's organized so that you can move more efficiently, more effectively, then that can carry over into your job, your career, your business.
This is the Roxanne Show. Get ready. It's time to rise.
Shoulders back, shoulders back. What's up, you guys? I have to keep remembering shoulders back. All right. I'm really pulling them back for this one, this episode. Are you ready? Okay. I want to know, truly, just ask yourself this question. Do you feel like you are sort of moving with a sense of overwhelm? Do you feel congested inside? Do you feel like you don't have enough internal space inside? Like maybe the rubber band is a little bit, stretched and any minute it might snap. Now I want to ask you a follow-up question. Your home, your environment, your living space, how does that space make you feel when you're in it? Does it feel open? Does it feel relaxing? Does it feel inspiring? Does it feel organized? Does it feel like you can just move through it and flow? Does it feel nourishing? These are really important questions. And more than that, they're really important feelings and energies that you actually do want to have in your home. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the energetics of your home. And this is not a feng shui episode. Well, not at least in the traditional feng shui way. This is something actually that I've created. I have a high frequency filter, so stick around because I'm going to share that with you. This is a 5-part audit system that I'm going to be giving to all of you that's going to help you have more energy in your home. It's going to give you more clarity. It's going to give you more harmony. It's going to help to make you more efficient, more effective, and more expansive in all the domains of your life, because all of it is connected to your living space. So stick around for that. Let's get into this right now. All right. So your home. Your home is a living space. For me, my home is fucking everything. I literally talk to my home. Yep. I'm that girl. I walk in and not every day, but I would say half the time, hi home. Of course. It makes so much logical sense to me. It sounds super hyper spiritual, but when you think about it, your home, everything is energy. And in the case of your home, it's your energy. So this is really important for me. I want to acknowledge this space that I live in, that I rely on to replenish myself, to feel safe, to nourish myself, to feel inspired and creative in, to optimize my health. I want the energetics of my home to feel really good and allow for that to happen. What most people don't realize is that your space, your living space, I would even go as far to say your car too, because a lot of us spend a lot of time, if you have a car, these spaces absolutely impact your cognitive load. And that is not a theory, that is proven in science. I'm going to read to you research from Princeton University Neuroscience Institute states that cluttered environments can overwhelm the brain, impairing information processing and increasing stress levels. Did you hear that? Your environment is actually, whether you're conscious of it or not, it's actually happening. To me, it makes so much sense. Again, because everything is energy. So even if you've acclimated and you've, become comfortable in this environment that doesn't give you a sense of rest, because there's piles everywhere and there's just things everywhere, and maybe, you're holding on to a lot more from the past than having things that represent your future. And I'll get into that deeper in a minute. All of that is absolutely impacting your cognitive load. So it's really important that we we want to give ourselves as much of a break when it comes to our cognitive load as we can, because we're all fucking doing life, and every day we're meeting life in ways where, you know, the load that we carry is real, and it's heavy, and it's a lot. So it makes it even more vital that your living space is a space where, you know, you come in and your shoulders can drop, you know, you can exhale, you actually can feel a sense of recovery. The battery is charging, and you feel inspired to be there, you know. And look, I understand that when it comes to, you know, homes, I'm not talking about how fancy your home is, how much your home costs. That has nothing to do with this. This is everything to do with the setups in your home. Are you someone that has a hard time letting go of things? Do you have a hard time making decisions with your things? Are you someone that tends to kind of pile up and I'll get to it later? Are you that person? Not to build it into your identity, but if that's part of how you're functioning, you know, let's just be honest for a moment so that we can really get down to business here. Because those are just a few examples of behaviors that are not going to allow your space to feel good, to energize you, to expand you, to nourish and, you know, replenish you, to inspire you. And I want all of that for you. So look, I also understand that, you know, maybe you're a parent and, you know, kids like to hold on to a lot of things. I know I'm a super auntie and I get it, you know, and, you know, it's really easy before you know it. You just have piles and piles of all kinds of toys and, you know, things. But this is really important for kids too, because their space is affecting their nervous system. It's impacting their stress levels. And so it's really a beautiful idea at a very early age to start to integrate some of the practices that I'm going to share with you in this episode to get your children in a place where they become easier, like making decisions are not a difficult thing for them. Like they're not, you know, feeling like if I over attached to things. Attachment is obviously a very important part of a child's upbringing, right? But when we can start to communicate with them about, you know, things that we keep or things that we let go, and allow them to see things that we let go not to be a loss, but to be an opening for the new. I mean, this is really going to radically shift your kids at a very young age, when we can start to assign parts of the home or even just in their room, like, hey, this is the calm corner. This is the creative corner. Now we're also teaching them to be more intentional, right? Versus just like everything being everywhere. So not only is this to benefit your children, but it's also benefiting you. Cause I know, you know, like not because I'm a mommy, but because having, you know, children, it's a heavier load to carry. And I get that. But if you really think about what I just shared with you, just getting more systematic and organized with them, and not just in this like clean your room. It's like, let's have fun and be more creative and intentional around what a clean room even means. Like why a clean room and how a clean room, and what can we assign in the room so that they're actually evoking more of the parts of themselves that we want them to fortify throughout their life, their creativity, their calm, you know, self, their nervous system, right? Their ability to allow things to leave and not feel over attached and, you know, develop attachment issues, right? So I say this just because it's very important to integrate the kids in this concept, because I know a lot of you do have children. And so none of what I'm sharing is meant to be designed just for, you know, someone who doesn't have kids. It's very, you know, inviting to a home that, you know, has children involved as well. So let's move through this very important concept that I want to bridge here. I want you to think about skill transfer. Okay. We'll move into the space of decisions for this. So if you're someone that has a hard time deciding if you want to keep something or if you know, can let it go. Like maybe you're like, oh, I don't know, I might need this thing or this dress or this something one day, but let's be real. That one day still hasn't fucking come, and it's been 2 years. And so now you just have, piles, whether it's, I call the everything drawer, or it's your closet, files, all of it, right? If you're that person that is challenged to let go of things, to make a decision to let go, well, that's probably happening in other areas of your life. Truly, it's totally got to be, because these are skills. To be decisive is a skill. It's a skill. So we can leverage our home to exercise the skill of decision making, right? So that's why this is so much deeper than just, as a standalone, it's already radical and important. The energetics of your home and how it affects the energetics of your internal environment and your life. But when you think about sort of incorporating some of this self-mastery element, like we're, going to incorporate how some of these very essential skills that are going to help you to set up your home in a way that elevates your energy, that allows for more clarity, that allows for more focus, more creativity, more health optimization. All of those skills transfer in all other areas of your life that, are associated with it. So we really have a great opportunity to sort of see the home as like this, you're flexing the muscle, right? You're getting your decision-making skills stronger, your ability to be more organized. So that can move into your business, that can move into, how you do your finances, etc. The list goes on, right? So decision-making is one example. I just gave you another one, organizing. The person who has the ability to really strongly organize their home, their kitchen, their bathroom, versus, okay, you're the person where you're just shoving shit in the medicine cabinet. You're just shoving shit in the spice cabinet. Like you go in the fridge and it's like, close the door fast. I don't want to look in it. That's got to be happening in other parts of your life too. And this is not about being an artist or being OCD, these titles. This is just about being very intentional, very deliberate. And the intention piece is huge, because when you go to a cabinet that is organized and that has the essentials in there and not anything that you don't really need, you're not just, like a charity home for objects or things that you don't need, and you open that cabinet and it's just easy and accessible, you feel, that feels affluent. That feels opulent. We're activating wealth here. This is really important. Like the energetics of wealth, right? If you go into the Four Seasons, you're not going to get some sloppy ass hotel like that with all kinds of things just piled in. Oh, no. Everything is so deliberate and specific and organized. Do you see how this transfers in other areas? So if your home is set up in a way that's very intentional and deliberate in how it's organized so that you can move more efficiently, more effectively, then that can carry over into your job, your career, your business, again, or the sort of branches of your finances, your health, even just your systems, the systems that you have in place to function in your life, right? It's like, how do you organize things for your kids, for school, etc. The list goes on. The idea here is I'm showing you how it's not just about, my cabinet is organized. Great. And when you get to that place where that just becomes your norm, where your cabinets have to be organized, where your dressers have to be organized, where your shoes need to be organized, again, it's not OCD, and it's not because, it's because that deliberate and intentional energetic around the organization matters to you, and that's going to transfer in other areas of your life that are going to help you to be more focused, to feel more just incredible, wealthy, to be more effective and more efficient in all areas of your life. Here's another really important idea to share with you on this. If you're someone who also has a hard time throwing things away, then I want you to really feel into the fear around letting something go. And that opens up a very deep conversation. You might be someone then who is having a hard time in a relationship. You know that the relationship isn't serving you, but you're still holding on to it. Or it could be something along the lines of, you tend to restrict yourself so much that you don't allow for more possibility, more fun, more flow, more, surprises to come into your life because you're so afraid of, maybe a potential loss, that you are just gripping tight and you're holding on to something. And that doesn't allow any kind of, evolution to come in that's going to fulfill you, right? So this is all happening in your home and it's happening in other areas of your life. So I really just want to highlight this piece around the skill transfer. I mean, there's more examples. I can go on, but hopefully you're getting the point here that it's not just it's one dimensional as, okay, we're going to organize your home. We're going to, it's the cabinets here. It's the files over here. It's deeper than that. Everything with me is fucking deeper. But that's just because that's where I live. That's how I see things. That's how I feel things. Here's another really important and very interesting idea that I'm going to present to you that I would bet money you didn't think about. And it's deep. I want you to realize that your home is a witness to you, to your life. It's an emotional witness. So check this out. Years and years and years ago, I don't even know how many years ago. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like 15 years ago at this point or something. I remember being in my home and I was thinking about this idea. I went through a breakup and it was a hard breakup for me. And I remember looking at a picture frame in my home and it sort of hit me in that moment of like, your home and everything in your home is witnessing your life. It's witnessing your highs, your hards, your challenges, your celebrations, your, all of it, like everything, your transitions. And here's where it gets really interesting. So I'm looking at this picture frame and I was thinking to myself, you don't realize it, but every day that you come home and you bring your life with you, you sit on the couch. We'll use the picture frame as an example. You sit on your couch. Let's just say you had a hard day and that picture frame is there, right? You don't understand, you don't think about this. And I know, because until that moment, I didn't think about it either. But that picture frame is now becoming associated with that bad day. Also a good day too, right? All of it. What I'm saying to you is that your home is a witness. And so this is why sometimes when, remodeling just in general, like reinvigorating your space truly impacts your emotional state. You fucking sleep different at night because you have totally changed the energetics of your home. So your whole psychology is being impacted. If let's just say again, I went through a hard breakup and, so maybe it's like 2 months, 3 months. And, I'm just kind of moving through. I mean, it wasn't like that for me, but just, it's a great example because I think it's relatable, but let's just say that maybe for those 3 months of my life, I really had to navigate, just big challenges, okay, emotional challenges. Well, every day that I'm coming home, I'm in my home is witnessing that challenge. And it's a setup, right? Like the connection to everything in my home is now an association to that experience for me. And I actually remember doing this. I completely remodeled and rechanged everything in that home several months after. And it absolutely shifted so much for me. When your energy changes, everything changes because life is energy. So I want you to think about your home right now. I want you to think about all the things that I've shared with you so far. I want you to ask yourself truly, does your home environment give you energy or does it deplete your energy? I'm not talking about, okay, you have a roof over your head. So, no. Does it give you energy? Like, do you feel good in there? Do you feel inspired in your home? Or do you kind of feel like, I'd rather not be here? Do you feel nourished in your home? Healthy? Or do you feel kind of weighed down and stagnant? These are really important questions. Do you feel affluent in your home? And this is not, do you have a mansion? Because again, you can have a shoebox, but it's your intention and how you set things up, what you keep in there and what you don't keep in there. That is what matters. It is not about the size or how many bedrooms or how, brand new. And I get it. Like, of course, the aesthetics can absolutely make a difference. But look, at the end of the day, if you're someone who has a hard time throwing shit away, if you're someone who piles things on, if you're someone who doesn't have any organizational skills, if you're someone who's not intentional and deliberate about how you curate your home, then you could have a big fucking mansion and it's like a piece of shit inside. So it really doesn't matter actually about, how grandiose the actual architecture of the home is. It matters about what's the person who's curating the home and what's happening in your environment internally that is dictating what that home looks and feels like, right? So ask yourself those questions. Be okay with the answers not being something that, may feel good, because now we can actually start to get to the work. All right, here we go. It's so cool. I never thought I'd actually do an episode about this, because this has been something that I've integrated into my life and I've talked about for years now. But just recently, recording this now, spring is not too far away. So this is obviously a timeless episode, but I was just thinking about spring and this piece that I'm going to share with you, my high frequency filter, this 5-step audit. It came up in conversation the other day and I said, you know what? I think this is really, it's time to make an episode. And my friend was like, absolutely, this will help so many people, if you feel resonance with it. So most of us have heard of Marie Kondo. I mean, she is incredible. I can't remember how long ago she came up with her first book. I don't even know how many she has now, but it was this whole idea around how to create your home in a way where it's just sparking joy. That was her big thing. Does it spark joy? And I loved her book. It was very, very helpful. When I did that remodel, I did leverage what she, offers in the book to help me set up my environment, to curate it so that it did have the energetics around it that I wanted. But her main filter was this one big filter. Like, does this bring tremendous joy? Like, does this spark joy in me, right? Whether it's your socks, whether it's like anything. And of course, it's more nuanced than that, but that was like her one big filter, the one that stood out to me. My high frequency filter has 5 steps to it, because while I think it is vital to keep things in your home that spark joy, and if it doesn't, then we got to move on, I believe that there are going to be some things that are also essential to have in your environment that don't necessarily spark joy, but are vital for your vitality, not just your home environment, for your internal environment. So I just felt that we needed to deepen and add these filters because it was kind of missing some of the marks for me. So let me give you the 5 one more time before we wrap out this episode. Number 1, does it make you more healthy? Does it nourish you in mind, body, spirit? Is it optimizing your vitality? Number 2, does it make you smarter? Does it help your focus and help you feel more clear and streamlined, with your attention and your energy towards your work or anything that matters to you in that way? Number 3, does it make you more money? Does it make you sharper with your finances? Does it allow for more prosperity to come into your life? Number 4, does it allow you to be more organized, more efficient, more effective? Does it allow you to be more creative? And then number 5, does this bring you outrageous joy? Like outrageous joy. right? You want things that really like fill you up, give you chills every time you look at it, touch it, think about it, whatever, wear it, any of that, right? That's what the fifth one is. So that is my 5-step audit, my high frequency filter. It's the perfect name for it because you're elevating your energy. You're allowing yourself to be more optimized, not just in your environment, not even just in the internal environment of you, but also in your life, right? Elevation, expansion, optimization. That's what we're fucking going for. So I'd love to know if any of this was supportive. Did it help you? Did you get some aha moments? The conversation afterwards is something I totally love to have with all of you in my community. So YouTube, hit me in the comments. Let me know. Was there a favorite part? Whatever it is, I love connecting with you. DM me, Roxy Look on Instagram, and especially Substack. Come at me in my Substack. That is my favorite place on fucking line. I can't say it enough, and I won't. I'm going to keep saying it. You can find me all the places I just mentioned in the show notes, in the description. If you have not already given this podcast a 5-star rating and review, I would so deeply appreciate it, as would my kick-ass team. All of us work so hard to make sure that, you know, we're just delivering the highest content for you to help you kick ass on all fronts in your life. So thank you in advance to all of you who would do that. There's a link in the show notes to do that, by the way. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for listening, you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review.